Welcome back to the Best Coaster of the Week yearly series, where every year I talk for 1 week about 1 year of roller coasters. Just kidding. Best Coaster of the Year weekly series. Last time I posted was November, so back then you voted for the Best Coaster of 2001. You voted for Expedition G-Force at Holiday Park, the Intamin Mega, over Dodonpa Colossus and Cornball Express. And this is pretty agreeable, I'd say, unless you really like the launch on Dodonpa. But Expedition G-Force is often considered top 10 in the world by everybody who rides it. It's got one of the best first drops ever with that lateral and airtime combo, and some really amazing airtime all around. Just intimate goodness is all. It's just this ride, man. It's amazing. Dodonpa, though, I mean, I can see if you prefer the launch on Dodonpa, it's like the best launch in the world by far. If you really like that kind of linear intensity, that's pretty cool. Colossus at Heidi Park, I'm sure it's a great ride. It's got solid first two hills, great final ejector hills, but doesn't look like the best prefab. It's no El Toro. I wouldn't say it's very comparable to EGF at all, even though it's not far away. And then Cornball Express, which got no votes, unfortunately. I mean, I don't blame you, Expedition G-Force here, but like somebody's got to love Buzz Bars enough to vote it above this thing. But that's okay. Bus bars are awesome, and they're still the greatest things that have ever existed. But hey, man, that's all right. Cornball Express got some insane airtime moments. Not the longest ride ever, but I mean, whatever. It's okay. Expedition G-Force, totally the best coaster of 2001. So this week, going to be voting for the best coaster of 2002 using the eye on the top corner of the video. We got X at Six Flags Magic Mountain. You can vote for it as X2. It really doesn't matter. It's probably better if you vote for it as X2. So that's all right. But I do like the original pink and yellow color scheme. Pretty cool. Goliath at Wallaby Holland, the Intimate Mega. Silver Star at Europa Park, the B&M Hyper. And Accelerator at Knott's Berry Farm, the Intimate Accelerator. So you can vote for one of those four coasters using the eye on the top right corner of the video. Around there somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Now we got some more coasters from 2002. We had Air at Alton Towers. It opened as Air. But and now it's called Galactica, which is weird, but they put VR on it for the 2016 season, and yeah, that's the B&M Flyer, the really small B&M Flyer, and it's a pretty cool ride. It's got some fly to lie, so pretty unique, like when you're when you're on your back moments for a flying coaster, I'd say. More unique than like even Flying Dino. It just looks kind of strange and like a very unique ride. Nothing crazy though, nothing too long or tall or fast, but still very cool. And on S2, it's a dual station as well, like a lot of the other flyers. So that's pretty cool. Avalanche at Zettel. This is a really weird ride in that it is in Guatemala. It is I think it wasn't the first 8 inversion ever be built, but it has 8 inversions and it's white. It's themed to avalanches, but you're in a Guatemalan resort, so it's quite interesting. In case you missed the snow, there's Avalancha right there. Probably not very smooth ride, but very interesting one. This is the year that Park Warner Madrid opened, so you got Batman La Fuga, the Batman clone over there. That's an interesting ride. Now it's actually called Batman Arkham Asylum. I know they rethemed it. Interesting how they can still have the theming to that, even when Six Flags has that, and Six Flags doesn't own anymore. So I'm kind of confused. Batman The Dark Knight at Six Flags New England, that kind of crummy flowless coaster. It's one of the smaller flowless. It's still a great ride. It's a solid B&M still. Cobra, that really awesome PAX shuttle loop thing that opened this year as well. I think it was the first one that opened in a Russian park. It closed down since then, but that's a picture I found of that coaster at that park. Colossus at Thorpe Park, the first 10 inversion to open. That piece of crap ride that opened this year as well. Thorpe Park kind of just known for being crummy and just not a fun time with it over the shoulders. The newer 10 versions are better with a taller lift, faster drop, like more curved drop. And it's got lap bars, so it's better. Flying Coaster Village Gardens. This was the first Zamperla Valeur to ever open, and boy, was it a piece of crap. It was since removed, and I don't know. Hang on, wait. I'm gonna look at this really quick. What happened with Flying Coaster Village Gardens? It opened in 2002. We know that. That's the 2002 video, you idiot. It operated there for 5 years until 2007. Then it sat there for 3 years. And then for the 2011 season, it was moved to Luna Park as Soarin' Eagle. And you know what? Today, still at New York. So that's pretty neat. And Gravity Max. So everybody's seen the freaking tilt coaster video. Oh, so scary. Yeah, Gravity Max opened this year too. And that's not the greatest ride ever, but it's got the tilt drop, and that's unique enough. Pretty short ride. Got inversion or two, I think. It's got a vertical loop. Yeah, only a vertical loop on the helix. So a really pretty short ride for how tall it is, but very cool ride nonetheless. Then Jubilee Odyssey. Oh boy, this thing. Um, this thing originally opened, so this has had a lot of issues. Jubilee Odyssey. Um, Originally in 2002, it was built with like it was basically the tallest versions like the wave turn and I think the Cobra roll. No, the sidewinder and the hammerhead. So like whatever the heck that like probably just the hammerhead turn around, which you know from B&M Hypers like Nitro. Um, those elements were too tall, so they lowered them because the train would stall on them a lot. I think there's a really crummy video on YouTube where they catch the train stalling in one of those elements. So that's pretty cool. Then, and actually, it was repainted yellow and black for the 2016 season. Looks great. And then, Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain at Indiana Beach, a park that I'm really trying to get to soon, opened this year. That is the really whack CCI. And that, let's see, it very interesting trains. First of all, it's got an elevator lift. The trains are like, I don't have a picture of it. I probably should show the trains, but you face the riders in front of you. I think it's only a seatbelt, no lap bar. Just really, really interesting. Some of the tightest turns of any wooden coaster ever, I think. Just crazy. And actually, it was actually built on an existing dark ride, like a dark ride that didn't have like a roller coaster section or any drops. So they just put a wooden coaster over the steel coaster, like the steel dark ride, So that was the coaster before. Just a very interesting ride for sure. Then Primeval Whirl at Disney's Animal Kingdom, the dual Wild Mouse coasters. They have two right to each other, so it's 2 credits, and that exists at Animal Kingdom Park. I've yet to go there. I've been to a lot of Disney parks, but I'd like to go to Animal Kingdom to experience Expedition Everest and a few of those other things. It looks pretty cool. Rock and Roller Coaster at Walt Disney Studios also opened this year. I have been on that one. No, just kidding. Walt Disney Studios is the one in Paris. Haha, have not been on that one, but that was a Vekoma. I think that's the one with the cutback, right? Well, let me check really quick here. No, but this is actually a clone of the one at Hollywood Studios. So I've been on a clone of this. It's not the cool one with the cutback, unfortunately, but it is a cool, solidly intense, and just a very well themed ride. And actually is closing this September 1st. It's closing for a refurbishment to reopen with a Marvel Iron Man theme. So that's pretty cool. That's what RCDB says, and we love RCDB, so we can trust that. Next up, Roller Circle at Hershey Park, the ill-fated, crummy, freaking, what's the name of the ride? What's the name of the, it's a set point. I don't know what the name of the model is, but yeah, you basically, you would splash people. You can bomb. It says, each car holds 16 gallons of water that can be bombed onto riders waiting in line, while water cannons on the ground can be used to spray riders. So, not much of a coaster, more of a, get wet while you're on a coaster, just weird. Just so it's like, you're drying off by going on a coaster, but getting wet while you're on the coaster. It's just kind of a silly ride. I can see why it only operated for 10 years. It closed in 2012, so that's unfortunate, but it's all right. I'm pretty sure what replaced it. I actually have no idea. Cool. Scooby-Doo Spooky Coaster at Warner Bros. Movie World opened this year as well. That's the one that's indoors, and it's got some really crazy theming for a Mack Wild Mouse. And actually, in 2019, it was renamed Scooby-Doo Spooky Coaster Next Generation. So there you go. And if you didn't know, that is in Australia, Queensland, Australia, Gold Coast. The park with DC Rivals and everything, and the Superman Escape into Min launch. Yeah, very cool Wild Mouse. Snow Mountain Flying Dragon. That was the first ever SLC Shenlin model of the 2 that have ever existed. The other one being Kamali at Flamingo Land. That's Snow Mountain Flying Dragon. It opened as a white coaster. Now it is yellow and looks disgusting. It probably doesn't ride very great, but it's got some more B&M-esque elements. It's got a vertical loop, a Cobra roll, and a 0G roll, so it isn't as weird as the normal SLC model, so that's cool. And then we got some even more 2002 coasters. Starjet at Casino Pier being one of them. That was the one that everyone knows about for having fallen into the Atlantic Ocean during Hurricane Sandy. So it's a big sad. It was not a very good ride though, so we weren't missing out on a whole lot. But it is sad in that an ENF Miler closed, and there aren't too many of the big they were called high Miler models like ENF Miller Miler. Scandia Screamer being the other one. Hopefully that finds a new home because that ride looked insane. That opened this year. That does a nice POV of it, of just the rider being in total pain. Sunfall at Park Warner Madrid also opened this year. That is the the yellow and blue giant inverted boomerang in Park 1 Madrid. So that opened this year as well. I hear that's one of the better ones compared to like Goliath at New England. It's more of an aftershock like ride looking. Also at that park in Madrid, Superman: The Attraction of Steel opened in that year as well. That looks like one of the best floatless coasters, I'd say. It's kind of unique how it's like just sitting like on just flat desert, like Spanish desert is just really weird. I'd say like because it has like one or two airtime moments, like actual airtime hills and a helix, so it's kind of got more than Krypton Coaster does. But Krypton Coaster has the unique Corey Wall sort of interactions. That's cool. Superman Ultimate Flight, the first Ultimate Flight clone, actually built for Six Flags Over Georgia. So it wasn't a clone until next year when it opened at Great Adventure in Great America. Um, so yeah, it was built with that cool tunnel through the through the terrain. So definitely the best Ultimate Flight clone. I hear it runs the best too, the most intense and everything. So that's pretty cool. Definitely the best of the flight clones. Already said that. Thor's Hammer at Jira's Summerland. This one, Gerstlauer bobsled, and I've actually been on a Gerstlauer bobsled now. That's crazy. I rode speed rockets at Jardin Garden of Acclimatation in Paris. I've been on a coaster similar to this, but that one was smaller than this one. This one goes over a lake, it looks like, and does some other cool stuff. Um, yeah, I don't think I haven't seen a POV of this, but it looks pretty interesting. And I do like the Gerstlauer bobsled model, so interesting how this compares to the newer ones. So that's cool. Wicked Twister at Cedar Point also opened this year. That was the first and currently only Twist and Twist Intamin Impulse coaster. Um, and it's actually still the world's tallest inverted coaster, but they're looking to build another Twist and Twist model like Wicked Twister, but even taller and faster in China somewhere. So we'll see how that stacks up and if it even opens, because I mean we've seen the concept art, but have not seen it built yet. I don't think, but we've seen track. So that'll be an interesting story to follow. Also, Windjust at Phantasialand opened this year, the best themed spinning roller coaster of all time, probably. I honestly don't know a lot about this ride, but I know it's an amazing spinning coaster. So who knows? Hopefully, I get to ride it someday. Pretty cool stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you later.